Hey guys! Happy Friday! I'm so happy to see you again. Something's happening to me. Something's been happening to me. It's getting a little bit out of control. My wild side is taking over. What am I, you ask? Just like you may ask, what was that song by Ronnie James Dio called Holy Diver? And what is it about? Ride the Tiger? What? You know what? I don't know, and no one knows, not even Ronnie James Dio. And let me tell you that if you've never seen the original video for the song Holy Diver by Dio, run, don't walk after this to watch it because it will blow your mind, but it won't answer any of your questions. Is this about good versus evil? Is it about ancient mysticism? Is it some sort of fever dream after going to the Ren Fair? Nobody knows. And that's the point of today, wild freaking mystery, right? So here's the thing. These days, I find my wild side taking over. I can't stop thinking about running naked through the forest and howling at the moon. It just sounds better every single day. And I've begun to think that maybe our ancient forebears, who we used to sort of look down our noses at for participating in strange rituals and fires and traditions and worshiping sun gods, maybe we don't actually know that much more about anything than they did, judging from what's going on these days, right? Now, to be fair, I cannot blame this thing that's happening to me completely on quarantines because, let's be real, Leanne Davis has always had a very strong feral force within. Ever since I was very young and learned to squirrel hunt and pick fleas off of cats with my granny, right? Even in my nerdliness, my favorite characters have always been wild and conflicted. Your Incredible Hulks, your Wolverines. Think of Bjorn, the bear man from The Hobbit, right? Sometimes he's a bear, sometimes he's a man. Let me turn off my phone. Sorry guys, pretend like I didn't have a phone. I'm too wild to have a phone. Okay, so my point is, I've always been interested in those characters that aren't totally good, but they aren't totally bad, and 100% for sure, I've been always most interested in spending time with people who aren't too carried away with their own civility, right? Because civility these days is starting to matter to me less and less, right? So, just today, because of this, I had to rewatch episode 2 of the last season of Game of Thrones. And even if you're not a Game of Thrones fan, you've probably heard how much everyone hated the last season. And that's fair, but episode 2 is one of the greatest hours of TV ever. Specifically, the reason I had to watch it again is because of the scene where Tormund Giantsbane, one of the greatest characters of all time, the giant Celtic, the giant wildling weirdo, walks into a room full of civilized people around the fire and tells the story of spending 3 months sucking from the teat of a giantess. As everyone looks on aghast, he then proceeds to guzzle a horn full of fermented goat's milk that spills artistically all over the furs that he's wearing, right? They're horrified at first, but as the scene progresses, they begin to realize why he is one of Jon Snow's most trusted and loved friends and allies. That, folks, is how I'm feeling these days. So if you want to get a good sort of, in a nutshell, of how I'm feeling these days, check out that scene from Game of Thrones. But the point is, the world is wild, and my wild side is taking over, and I'm sure many of you feel that way, as do many of the people in my neighborhood. I have to have the window open because it's really hot in here, but there have been some really spicy and exciting things going on outside, so who knows what you might hear. Anyway, let's howl, shall we, folks? Time for some music. Now, I'm going to start out with listen, I'm not quite regressed enough to be drinking fermented goat's milk. I am drinking beer through a straw. That's because, this. Let me squint and say hi to everyone. Hey, Sean and Corey. What's up, guys? Oh, okay. So, I'm going to start with 2 old chestnuts that you may have heard before. This first one, I would say, is about trying to deny your wild urges, especially as you grow up, and not do the terrible things that you did when you were younger. While the second one is more of a song about accepting who you are and what you like, and, you know, knowing that it kind of just is what it is, and you gotta be yourself. Here we go. This is Anymore. As I get older and closer to wise, there are certain things I've come to realize. Sometimes the lows outnumber the highs. I'm basically a good girl, at least I try to be, 'cause I guess that all depends on what good means to me. Maybe your clothes still smell like someone you swear you never met. And the more you remember, the more you can't forget. Oh, it's late in the evening and you find you've come undone, and suddenly you notice that you're the only one. You've outlasted I thought I found the one. Yeah, once I thought I found myself the one. It was fun, but when the fun's done, I can't go through that anymore. I want you and I want to, but I just don't do that anymore. And you're real green, and I just don't do that anymore. No, I just don't do that anymore. Please don't flash me that grin, 'cause I'm not giving in. No, I just won't do that anymore. So that's a song about trying to be good. Next is a song about sort of accepting that maybe you're not that good, right? And you are who you are. This next one is called Angry Man. Oh, whoops. Oh, you catch his eye and see the fires down below. He's tired of all these people and you know he wants to go. Suddenly he's so insistent, feeling feelings, it's the best. Knowing you're the one he wants to help him get things off his chest. Oh, I love an angry man. That is Angry Man. Something fell behind me. Oh, nothing important. It is so hot in this fur and the open window that I am truly feeling as feral as I spoke of. So the cover for today is a song that I've always wanted a reason to learn, and this seemed like the perfect reason to learn it. It is by an awesome indie band called Blitzen Trapper, and you might guess from the name Trapper. But yes, they do a lot of songs about the outdoors and being in the woods and all that kind of stuff. This one is called Fur, and I hope you enjoy it. Pick the music off the ground, and then I will start it. Oh. Alright, once again, folks, this is Fur by Blitzen Trapper. There we go. Howling endlessly and shrilly at the dawn. And I lost my taste for judging right from wrong. While my fur had turned, for my skin had turned to fur, yeah, and my thoughts, they surely were turned to instinct and obedience to God. but you better be sure if you're making God a lie. I'm a rattlesnake, babe. I'm like fuel on a fire. So if you wanna get me, don't be afraid of what you learn. On the day that I turned 23, I was curled up underneath a dogwood tree, when suddenly a girl with skin the color of a pearl wandered aimlessly, but she didn't seem to see. She was listening for the angels just like me. So I stood and looked about and watched the leaves off of my snout. So I stood and looked about and watched the leaves off of my snout, till I heard my mother calling through the trees. Should have seen that girl go shaky at the knees. So I took her by the arm, settled down upon a farm, raised our children up just as gently as you please. For my fur had turned to skin, and I'd been quickly ushered in to a world that I confess I did not know. I still dreamed of running careless through the snow, through the howling winds that blow across the ancient distant flow, fills our bodies up like water till we know. You can wear your fur like a river on fire, but you better be sure if you're making God a lie. I'm a rattlesnake, babe, like fuel on a fire. So if you're gonna get me, don't be afraid of what you learn. Ow! So if you need to howl this week, go on and howl. You know I will be. Thank you so much, folks, for being here for this 5th episode. Let's see who else is here. Oh my gosh, so nice to see all of you. Hang in there, guys. And I'll see you next Friday. Bye.